Napoli have just lost their star attacker, with Kvicha Kvaratskhelia completing a move to join PSG for 70 million. Now Napoli are left with a huge hole to fill, in order to win their fourth Scudetto, with Inter Milan breathing down their necks. All the rumours have been pointing towards one man, Alejandro Garnacho, the Argentinian and Man United wonder kid, somewhat unsettled since Amorim's arrival, is looking for a new scene. Could he come in and fill the shoes of Kvara? Can he take them to new heights? Today, we are going to be rebuilding Napoli with the ultimate goal of winning the UCL and making Alejandro Garnacho the best player in the world. Reset everyone, ADR here, Napoli career mode with Garnacho. Don't forget to hit subscribe, we're on our way to 1k, and let's have a look at the squad. Looking at our key players, we've got Giovanni Di Lorenzo, club captain, one of Italy's best fullbacks, and he is going to be going nowhere. He is 31 though, so eventually we might need a replacement, but for now he is staying put. Another key player who's just come back from injury, Alessandro Buongiorno. He joined in the summer and he has been very good thus far. Definitely going to be someone we're going to be keeping for the long run. Hopefully he is going to continue to grow. And our talisman, he is going nowhere. Recently signed at the end of the summer window, Romelu Lukaku. Scored 9 goals and 7 assists so far this season. We're going to keep him around. Might need to sign a new striker though, someone younger. We'll see how it goes. And I'll be honest, we might need a few younger players as we don't have anyone under the age of 21 just yet. We've sent out Rafa Marin on loan so he can get some experience. In the long run, he'd probably be our centre back, but maybe in the meantime, while he's still growing, we might need to buy one. And here's our starting lineup. As you can see, it's not a bad team, but definitely not quite good enough to challenge for the Champions League just yet. Garnacho's replaced Kvara at left wing. We've got decent options in terms of Neres, Raspadori, but overall, as you can see, we don't have that many players. So in general, we're going to need a bit of depth, but for now, let's just see if we can continue and win the league. And not only that, we have 3 goals to complete as we do this career mode. So the first one is to win the Champions League, something that Napoli haven't done in their entire history. The second goal is going to be developing Garnacho into one of the world's best players, which means we need to grow him to at least a 90 overall. And then our third challenge is to consistently have the best defense in the league. Manager Antonio Conte is known for his great defense, and over the years, Napoli's defense has been sometimes good and not so good. So in the same season, we're going to need to finish with 1, the Golden Glove, and 2, the best defensive record. And we have to do all of these things whilst keeping the challenge semi-realistic. And he's linked with a move in real life. Philip Billing, Danish giant, 6'6" I believe. He's going to join the squad to provide a bit more depth. We got him from cheap from Bournemouth. He shouldn't cost too much in real life either. And I heard this was on the cards as well. Swap deal, Capril for Scouffet. And another key player I wanted to highlight, and it's not because I'm a biased Man United fan, but that's Scott McTominay. He's been brilliant this season. I can't understand why FC25, he's only 78 overall. He should be at least at 82 with the form he's in at the minute. We've reached the end of the season, and where did Napoli finish? We finished second. Okay, so first season under Conte, first season with Garnacho, and it is second place. We gave up our lead to Inter Milan. Fair enough. In terms of our defense though, it looks like we had the best defense in the league, I believe, only conceding 30 goals, so that's one half of the objective. Did we manage to get the Golden Glove though? And unfortunately we didn't. Meret was second with 14, but obviously Jan Sommer was first with 17, so we have to go again next year. Looking at our squad, this is the starting lineup we went with. As you can see, Garnacho is now up to 80, Neres is up to 81, McTominay's gone up to 79, but not much movement elsewhere. Meret's gone up to 82 as well, which is good. Philip Billing and Raspadori I think have grown, but the rest have pretty much stayed the same. And in terms of goals, no real surprise who the top goal scorer was. It was Lukaku with 16. No one really close to him. He had double our next highest rated player with Raspadori. Garnacho didn't seem to contribute much. I wonder if he even played. Oh, here he is. He only played 5 times. He didn't get a goal or an assist. It's a rough start for Alejandro Garnacho. So we're into season 2, but before we evaluate the squad, we have some problems to sort out. And the first problem is we have a lot of expiring deals. We're going to sort those out quickly. And honestly, I think Spinazzola and Juan Jesus, we're going to let those contracts expire. But some of our younger players like Ambrosino and Zanoli, we'll offer them new deals. We'll get Simeone a new deal. The rest, I think we might just let walk. The next huge problem is this man, Victor Osimhen. Great goal scorer, but not wanted by Antonio Conte. So we're going to put him on the transfer list. I wonder where he's going to end up going, guys. Let me know in the comments, where do you think he's going to end up going in real life? I'm going to say he's going to make his way to the Premier League. And after signing those new contracts, I'm afraid the reality is we just have a very old squad. A lot of players over 30 now or approaching 30. We're going to need to have a look at the areas in which we can improve. Now, looking at the front three, I'm actually okay with the front three going into this season. Raspadori is good backup for Garnacho. Simeone is a decent backup for Lukaku. And Politano for Neres. So we're not going to worry about the front three. The midfield does look solid as well. Lots of energy in there. Billing and Gilmore can help out as well. The first position we're going to improve is our right centre back. Someone to start over Romani. Now, he was actually really close to leaving and joining Napoli last summer, but he signed a new deal. So we are going to have to pay his release clause in order to get him. But I think he can perform very well for Napoli and form a great partnership at the back with Buongiorno. So Kevin Danso is our latest new signing. Now we also want to improve our left back position, as currently we don't really have another backup left back other than Spinazzola. So we'll look to find a new left back. And as you know, we like to keep the rebuilds realistic, which is why I've gone for Benjamin Chilwell to be our new left back. The out of favour Chelsea man comes in for 10 million. It's at a good price. He's not much better than Oliveira, but it felt like a semi-realistic deal, and that's the types of career mode saves we do on this channel. So now we have our new left back. I think our next step should be to prioritise some sales, seeing as we've got the likes of Osimhen probably leaving, and maybe a few others. But whilst we do that, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We are very close to 1k subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And let's see if we can reach 1k. And it's finally happening. Osimhen is leaving Napoli. Guys, where do you think he has ended up? Did you guess it right? This one, as a United fan, I would not mind it. 113 million is a lot. Apparently, we could have got a lot more for him. But he has now gone and we are left with a lot of money to spend. Looking at the team, maybe we could bolster the middle of the park. Maybe we could actually bring in a really quality attacker. Maybe it will be someone from Conte's past that he's managed before. Who do you guys reckon it is? Did you guess it? We are bringing in Dejan Kulusevski to be our star man. Obviously, Garnacho is the man for the future, but a man for the present right now, reuniting with old boss Antonio Conte. Ex-Juve player, may be a bit controversial, however, he wasn't there for long and they let him go, so it's fair game. Dejan Kulusevski, welcome to Naples. So with our latest transfer, this is what the squad is looking like. It is looking very good. I don't want to sign too many players because that's when it starts getting unrealistic. What I will do though is maybe sign one young player for the future, just because I mentioned the squad is getting a bit old. And then let's see how we manage to finish come the end of the season. Now, I feel like being a bit different. We're going to sign young Victor Froholt from Copenhagen. Should be a fairly straightforward deal. Has got a lot of potential in real life. Looks really good. And he's going to be a right winger for the future. We'll probably buy him and then loan him out. So we're halfway through the season, and as you can see, we're currently in 6th position. We're 8 points off top. In terms of games, we actually have only lost one. Milan are undefeated. That's AC Milan. They are undefeated at the minute, but we've drawn 9 times, and our defense is definitely not the best in the league, far from it. So a lot of improvement to come in the second half of the season. As for the team though, the starting lineup is looking really good, with Alejandro Garnacho now up to 83 rated. Kulusevski is in great form. That midfield three looks a very scary three to go against. A lot of legs in the middle. Lukaku and David Neres though, I'm not too sure about, and here's why. Lukaku has only managed 6 goals in the league and just the 1 in the Champions League. It's not been the best of seasons. His average rating is decent, but he's now 32. We might need to look at getting someone in to replace him. And also David Neres, in that right wing, he's only got a goal and an assist for the entire league season. That is not good enough. What is great is Garnacho and Kulusevski. Garnacho leading the way, 18 goals, 12 in the league, 6 assists as well. He's absolutely on fire at the moment. And Kulusevski, what a signing. 19 goal involvements from midfield. He looks really good as well. And with John Duran putting more and more pressure on Aston Villa forward Ollie Watkins, maybe it's a deal for the Aston Villa striker that we should be going for. Now, he is 30, but I think that fits what Conte likes from his signings, and he's a proven goal scorer. He will replace Lukaku, so I do not mind it. And we're doing a swap deal, Lukaku plus 30 million, Watkins, welcome to Naples. And I think that looks like a good upgrade. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm starting to feel like we should play Raspadori over Neres, but let's just see how the rest of the season turns out. Now, we've reached the end of season 2, and it is a very close run affair. Now, we are 4th, but technically we could still win. Actually, no, we couldn't. I've just seen the goal difference, guys. There's no way we make up 20 goals on Inter Milan. So we'll simulate the last game and we'll see what happens. And it ends up being a convincing 3-1 win to end the season. Inter Milan ended up drawing, but that's not going to be enough to win the league. It did mean, however, that Juventus won the league and we actually did finish in 4th. We need to sort out the goals conceded because we did not finish with the best defense in the league at all. That being said though, we are in the Champions League, which is a good accomplishment. And looking at the squad, not much changed since January. Maybe Buongiorno went up by 1, but the rest is pretty much the same. Scott McTominay in this game just doesn't look like he's going to grow. I'm a big fan of him at Napoli, but maybe next season we'll look for another midfield enforcement. In terms of stats, Garnacho is going crazy. I feel like this is something that could happen if he was to actually go to Napoli. And he's got 31 goals, 11 assists on the season, 42 goal contributions. Maybe was the league top goal scorer. We'll have a look. Champions League, he scored 9 as well. Kulusevski in second with 17. And then Watkins, in the short time he was here, was absolutely on fire. Managed to get 12 goals in his 19 Serie A games. And unfortunately, we lost in the quarterfinals to Atletico Madrid, 4-3 on aggregate. And guys, look at this. Garnacho was literally 1 goal off tying the Golden Boot, 2 goals off winning it. Icardi, Lookman and Dovbyk were the winners. And Lobotka and Garnacho representing in the assist leaders, but it was Lautaro Martinez that ran away with it. And again, we weren't the clean sheet winner. Meret only got 7 goals. Is it going to be time for us to find a new keeper? And congratulations to Leverkusen as they won the Champions League. And guys, to start Season 3, we're faced with an even bigger contract problem than last time. Honestly, look at this. Look at the amount of players that are going to need new deals. And you know what? A lot of them are over 30. So I think it might be time to start selling a few players. And with that being said, I'm going to list up Politano, Oliveira, Simeone, Romani, and Masocchi. So after 2 years in charge with Conte, we still haven't won the league, so we've decided to make some drastic decisions. And there's 2 problem positions. First, right wing. As you can see, David Neres is no longer there because we've sold him. And also, Ben Chilwell, I think he feels a bit more like a squad player at the moment. He's not going to really be that elite level left back that we need. So we'll keep him around, but we're going to find a starting left back and a starting right winger. And let's start with the right wing. And this feels like the perfect transfer. He's still only 25, got a bit of experience, but also looking for that next step in his career. Still at West Ham. He might cost us quite a bit of money, but we did manage to bring in a bit of money from a few deals, which I'll show you a bit later. So let's see what we can do. And feels like a dream signing, honestly. Gonna be another big player for Napoli. Mohamed Kudus, joining from West Ham. He's got the number 7 shirt at the minute, and he'll probably keep it, to be honest. Is he going to be enough to help us win the league? Let's see, but I think we're still going to need a couple more signings. And guys, we have another huge problem. Our star keeper Meret has had his release clause met, and I only just renewed his contract, so I can't offer him a new one to keep him. We're just going to have to hope that he decides to stay. And it didn't take long before he left. He is on the move, and it's not ideal because he was actually a good keeper for us. But Meret is leaving for only 36.5 million as well. Probably could have got so much more for him. And that now leaves us with a huge hole to fill at goalkeeper. We also still haven't got our new left back. Let's find a new goalkeeper, and quick. We've managed to get in a keeper of a similar quality. We've had to pay a bit more than we got for Meret, but he is a little bit younger, and that is Andre Lunin from Real Madrid. He's going to be our new starting goalkeeper. We found our new left back, David Raum. Feels like the perfect left back to join as well. Coming in from Leipzig. He's about 28 now, so is getting on a bit, but I'd say that's his prime. And I'd say also that's exactly the kind of signing we need. And with Raum going into the team there, that should be good enough for us to win the league now. Look at that starting 11. It is looking really nice. And in terms of Rafa Marin, he's still not good enough to really have any major part in this team. So I'm going to loan him out again. But I'm also going to try and loan in a centre-back as well. And always trust Chelsea to have extra players. Trevor Chalobah's joining us for a year. He can play centre-back or right-back, so gives us a bit of cover for Di Lorenzo as well. And with that transfer, I think we're ready to keep going. Let's see if we can win the league, finally. So in January, a couple updates. Politano's decided he's retiring come the end of the season, so we're not going to sell him. We'll let him retire here. Also, Froholt, he's now up to 73. He hasn't played too much, so we're going to loan him out. Hopefully, he'll increase in rating. It's our first chance at some silverware. The Coppa Italia final. Napoli versus Inter Milan for the trophy. Martinez is through. Lunin with the big save though. And Watkins is through. Watkins on his left puts it into the top right corner. We take the lead in the Coppa Italia final. Can Conte and Garnacho get their first trophy together? Long ball forward. Finds Ngong in loads of space. Tries to go near post. Sommer with the big save though. And that will do it. Garnacho has his first trophy at the club. Is this a step in him becoming the world's best player? He's still got a long way to go. But what an achievement. And there it is. Di Lorenzo is going to lift the Coppa Italia. Can we get another trophy? The last game of the season is a 2-2 draw, but there's smiles on our faces, and that's because we have won our 4th Scudetto, Napoli's 4th Scudetto. We are champions, winning the double. Trevor Chalobah is captain on the day. He's actually on loan. Di Lorenzo came off, so it's going to be Trev lifting the trophy. Garnacho has 2, Conte has 2. Let's see if we manage to get player of the season. So unfortunately, player of the year went to Lautaro Martinez. However, we did have Garnacho making the team of the season, as well as Lunin, Danso, Kudus, Kulusevski and Watkins. So, wait, what? Lautaro Martinez won player of the season, but he didn't make team of the season. How does that work? So looking at the league, we absolutely walked the league and we managed to win the double, as you know, but we didn't have the best defense in the league. Atalanta actually had the best defense in the league, only conceding 35 goals. So we still have that to achieve. And in terms of top scorer, money well spent. Ollie Watkins finishes joint top with Lucas and Mecca. Isn't he? Oh no, it's Felix and Mecca. That's the midfielder. I'm getting confused there. Lucas and Mecca joint top scorer. Lautaro Martinez, who won player of the season, did not even finish top scorer. And in terms of assists, the star boy himself, Alejandro Garnacho, led the league in assists, 12 assists on the season. He is turning into a star. And joint clean sheet holder was Lunin and Soria. If we had conceded less goals than Atalanta, then we would have completed that part of the challenge. But we'll try again next year. Alisson is at Fiorentina. That's interesting. In terms of the squad, Garnacho only needs 4 more ratings to complete his challenge. He is up to an 86. Ollie Watkins is at 85, Kudus is at 88. McTominay is finally starting to grow. He's now 81 overall. Kulusevski and Lobotka are very good as well. One issue I'm seeing though is Di Lorenzo is starting to regress, so we might need to have a look at that position. And as you can see, the Champions League, it went to Man City. They actually beat us in the quarterfinals 6-7 on aggregate. Sounded like a crazy affair. So, Season 4. This is what the squad's looking like. Major concern is the captain. He's 33. He has started to regress a bit. Thankfully, Zanoli has developed quite decently. He's now 78 overall. But if we're to challenge for the Champions League, I'm not sure that's quite going to be good enough. So straight away, we're going to bring in Mattia Zanotti to be the replacement for Di Lorenzo. Finds himself at FC Lugano in the Swiss Super League. He actually started his career at Inter, so he is joining his boyhood rivals, I guess. But either way, smart business. He will naturally replace Di Lorenzo. Looking at the contract situation, it's not nearly as bad as last time. I actually think we're just going to offer everyone a new contract and keep going. And I went to offer Frank Anguissa a new contract, but as you can see, he has requested a move away. So we'll be looking to sell him and bring in a new centre mid. Someone with an engine, because he has been that engine in the middle for the last few years. He's done a great job as well. It'll be sad to see him go. Arden Jashari, coming from Club Bruges. It's a swap deal plus 14 and a bit million. He's about 80 overall. He's a CDM. He's 24 years old now. And natural replacement for Zambo Anguissa. Probably will take over from McTominay. Jashari is only 24. McTominay is now 30 years old. Sounds crazy to me, but we also have Billy Gilmore who can play, and Billing is somewhere on the reserves. So we are well covered in that midfield. So we're in January, and this is what the team is currently looking like. We've got 2 90 rated players now in Kudus and Kulusevski. The defense is what looks a little bit weak. We've got Zanotti 81 rated, Danso and Buongiorno both 84, with them being backed up by Di Lorenzo, and I believe Marin is somewhere. There he is. He's on the bench. He's 77 rated now, which isn't too bad. We also have Jashari 81 rated, who plays on the bench, but we need probably another big centre back. Danso and Buongiorno getting a little bit older. See if we can pick up a bit of a younger one. Now, for some reason in this age, he is at Bournemouth, so the Arsenal career didn't go so well. We're going to give him another shot, but we're going to sign him and then move him to centre back. What do you reckon? Does he suit Napoli blue? Number 23, Riccardo Calafiori, is joining the team. He says left back, but we're going to move him to centre back. And changing him to centre back actually increases his rating by 1, so he's now 85 rated. And I think we might even play him over Buongiorno. Both of them are left-footed, so I guess it makes sense him and Danso will be the partnership with Buongiorno coming off the bench. So we're up against the best team in the world. If we want to stay in the Champions League, we're going to have to beat them by 2 goals. They currently hold a 2-1 win. And Kudus has managed to find his way in behind. Just him versus the keeper, and Courtois is beaten. Kudus manages to give us the lead on the day. We're drawing on aggregate. And it's a penalty for Madrid. Mbappe versus Lunin. Lunin dives the right way, but Mbappe puts it in the back of the net. He's celebrating with Vinicius. Carlo's loving it. I think we might be out of the Champions League. And that's going to do it. A 1-1 draw on the day sees us crash out of the Champions League. Time is running out for Antonio Conte. And we have reached the end of the season. As you can see, a disappointing attempt at retaining our title. However, you will notice that we have the best defensive record in the league, only conceding 32 goals. The question is, did we get the clean sheet award? And please believe we did. We've completed another challenge, making Napoli the best defense in Italy. Now, we didn't win the league, but we did manage to complete that objective. And we also had the joint top goal scorer with Ollie Watkins getting 26 goals in 37 games. And assist leader, as you can see, is Mohamed Kudus. But we do have 1 game to go. So can we manage to win the Golden Boot? Let's find out. And it's 3rd versus 4th. If we lose to Fiorentina, we do end up finishing 4th. If we win, then we stay 3rd. Draw, same result. Let's see what ends up happening. If Ollie Watkins can get a goal, then he becomes the top goal scorer, and he missed a penalty. How annoying is that? We did get the win. Let's see if Roma lost, actually, so you never know. Did Dybala get a goal? We're about to find out. And the 1 goal Roma scored was by Paulo Dybala, so Watkins doesn't get the Golden Boot, unfortunately. However, we did manage to get 2 players in the top 10, with Garnacho getting 19 goals in the league. So after a few seasons, this is what the team is looking like. Garnacho is really close to being one of the best players in the world. He's the 3rd best player in the team currently, but he's about to turn 90 rated, which was the goal from the outset. So it looks like that's been a successful transfer. Ollie Watkins, he's scoring loads of goals, but he is 32. We have to bear that in mind going into next season. And Danso and Calafiori seem to have formed a very good partnership. Buongiorno isn't too happy about it, but if it's not broken, we don't need to fix it. In terms of team of the season, we've got Raum, Danso, McTominay, Garnacho, Kudus and Watkins. That's crazy, we didn't win the league. Anana is now at Roma as well. He has a league title. And despite not winning the league and crashing out the Champions League, as you can see, we won the Coppa Italia, back-to-back winners of that. It's at least something we can be proud of going into next season. A quick glance at the squad stats, because they're incredible. Watkins, 38 goals, 7 assists. Garnacho with 32 and 5. Kudus with 20 and 17. And even look at this, McTominay scored 17 goals. Lobotka with 10 assists. Kulusevski with 9 and 4. It's a really good team we've built here. Let's hopefully go ahead and win the Champions League. So into the next season, and unfortunately we actually have a couple players that are retiring. So first, Giovanni Di Lorenzo, he is retiring at the end of the season, aged 34. He has dropped to 78 right now, so it does make sense. And this one was a bit strange because he's only 32. Would have thought he had a couple more years left, but Philip Billing, he's also decided that he wants to retire at the end of the year. And as for the starting lineup, we're still looking good. Ollie Watkins is 32 and our backup striker is only Ambrosino, so I think we'll bring in a backup striker. But other than that, we should be looking good. Mohamed Kudus is probably one of the best wingers in the world, and Garnacho is not far behind, so the front three is looking very nice. Looking at the team though, I think we're nearly there. Probably could do with a better goalkeeper, just in case something happens to Lunin. So I've decided to bring in Ramaj from Ajax. Gonna cost us probably about 20 million, maybe just a bit over, but he's a little bit younger and he's of good quality as well. We got him for 25 mil and I accidentally gave him importance, so hopefully he doesn't want to leave us in a little bit of time. So now with Ramaj as our backup goalkeeper, I do think we look a bit more solid. However, if something happens to Ollie Watkins, it is Ambrosino who is our backup striker. So I think we could do with improving that position and then we should be alright. And we've decided to go for Damian Pizarro. Doesn't have any playstyles unfortunately, and his weak foot's not the best, but he's pacey and he's quite tall, quite a unit, good physical stats. So we're going to bring him in and he's going to be the backup to Ollie Watkins. And it set us back another 25 million, but we definitely have the budget these days. So just like that, I think our team already looks better. Let's see if we can challenge for that Champions League trophy. And in the league phase, we have finished 5th. So we're through to the next stage. We don't have to go through the playoffs. And surprisingly, Club Brugge in the top 8 as well, which is, I guess, a nice surprise. Madrid and Liverpool, Barca all falling into the playoff position. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see who we face in the round of 16. But before we do, quick update on our goals. Another one has been achieved. Alejandro Garnacho is now 91 overall, joint second highest rated behind Mo Kudus, and he's also managed to get the armband. So fair enough, Garnacho, you are proving your worth. So into the round of 16, and we managed to beat Borussia Dortmund 4-3 on aggregate. Great result that. Also into the next round, we won 6-3 against Leverkusen, and then a game against Bayern 4-3, which takes us to the final, either against Atleti or PSG, and we will be playing it. It's our chance to complete our final goal and finally get Napoli a Champions League. So guys, here is what the team is looking like. It is very good. Buongiorno stayed at 84, so it's Calafiori and Danso at the back. Zanotti has taken that starting right back place, 84 overall. Kudus, he's got first touch plus now, as well as Garnacho having acrobatic plus, with Kulusevski on relentless plus. All of them are above 90. Ollie Watkins up to an 88 at age 33, so he keeps growing. And McTominay is up to 85, the same as Lobotka. They're well into their 30s now. This is one of the older teams in football. We are going to need to see if we can get away with that Champions League trophy. In terms of stats, top goal scorer at the moment is Ollie Watkins with 32 and 11. And just behind him is Alejandro Garnacho, 29 and 14. Kudus not far behind though with 22 and 13. McTominay is such a goal threat. He has got 13 goals, 9 goals in the league is incredible. And Kulusevski with the assist, Lobotka as well. As you can see, everyone contributing. Jashari up to 83 overall. Gilmore 81. Bit disappointed he only got up to 78, Victor Froholt. But as you can see, he didn't really play much. And Buongiorno still had a big plot to play, playing 36 games. Just the 1 goal though, but he's a centre back. And in the league, we finished with 76 points. Defensively, we weren't that great either, but we've already completed a defensive goal, so not to worry. But we didn't win the league. It was Lazio winning the league with 82 points. However, we did win the Super Cup, beating Roma 1-0. And we also won the Coppa Italia, beating Juve 2-1. So it's 2 trophies. Hopefully that Champions League can make it free. And here we are, the game we've all been waiting for. It's at the Bernabeu. We're up against Atleti. They're at their rival stadium. Does that give them added advantage? I don't know, but that's what we're playing for. The Champions League trophy. And as you can see, he's one of the best players in the world. He's got his tifo. Garnacho in the stands. Look at that. Captaining the squad as well. Is it going to be the perfect end to the perfect story for Alejandro Garnacho? A quick look at the Atleti team. It does look a bit different, but as you can see, They got Conor Gallagher still. He's the captain. Scalvini and Konate at the back. Ben Seguir and Guilherme. And then they have Alvarez up front. So this is going to be a tough, very tough game. Garnacho, edge of the box. Goes for the shot. Good save by Bento. Finds Ben Seguir to Marcus. Wow, we get away with one. Brilliant save by Lunin. McTominay driving. He's been taken out. It's from behind. I don't think it's going to be a red. Probably a yellow. Yeah, he's given a yellow. Oh, but McTominay's hobbling. Are we going to have to take him off? Garnacho driving forward now. Garnacho with the shot. Oh my word, what a goal from Alejandro Garnacho. Make your mark on the game, son. Best player in the world. I could watch that over and over and over again. Conte loves it. 1-0 advantage, Napoli. It's all us at the minute. Zanotti with the cross in. Watkins with the overhead kick. Oh! I thought he just scored a weldy. Fans can't believe it. And that's going to be half time. 1-0 Napoli. Kudus on the ball. Finds Ollie Watkins. Has a go. Ollie Watkins puts it in the back of the net. How about that for a finish? We are 2 to the good in the Champions League final. Is that outside of the box? Oh no, it's just inside the box. But it's a great finish from the man in form. 2-0 Napoli. Keeper can't believe it. Watkins manages to nick it. No way is he going to make it free. Or Bento matches. That would have been the game. When Atleti have numbers here, they could break. Gallagher finds Ben Seguir. Manages to find Leonardo. Drops it back to Ben Seguir. Oh my word. We have just been passed to death. They should have shot. We get away with one. Riquelme is coming on for Ben Seguir. What football from Atleti. We have Lunin to thank, the ex-Real Madrid goalkeeper. And now we managed to get it clear. Hansko finds Leonardo. Good block by Danso. Out for another corner. Atleti piling on the pressure now. Hansko wins the first header. Little flick back to Leonardo. Leonardo still on the ball. Gives it to Larson. They're passing it around a lot. And Calafiori's had enough and he takes it. And maybe we can break. Garnacho's on the ball. Still Garnacho. Bit tired, but space for Watkins opens up. Watkins driving forward. Watkins. Still Watkins. Oh, Hansko just catches up. And Atleti have some space to run in behind. It's Leonardo carrying the ball. Beats Danso. Tries to get the pass. Calafiori is there again. Atleti on the attack. Alvarez finds Leonardo. Danso with the big block though. It is a monster performance from our two centre-backs. Simeone cannot believe it. Last chance saloon here for Atleti. Hansko on the ball. Another big save by Lunin. Watkins boots it clear. And guys, we have finally done it. Napoli have just won their first Champions League title. And led by the man who joined from Man United, and I'm not talking about Scott McTominay. It's kind of crazy. Scott McTominay has a Champions League medal to his name, but no, it's going to be Alejandro Garnacho, arguably the best player in the world, lifting the Champions League trophy for Napoli. Guys, if you've enjoyed this rebuild, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 1k subscribers. Let me know what team you want me to rebuild next. And I'll catch you again next time.